And here I am. And it's time for what? Dusty news. We're going to share some of the dusty happenings that people saw all over the internet. You guys sent us some really interesting, great things this week. Of course, we don't have room to do all of them this week, but whatever I couldn't fit in this week, I'll try to squeeze it in next week and mix it up a little bit because we have some from before too. So if this is your first time here, because maybe you heard about me on Michael Bays and I was on there yesterday, and we were talking about Dusties and the Dusty News Network. And so I thought, he probably would send some people over this way who had never heard of it and never been here before. This will be their first time. What we do here is examine, criticize, analyze, dissect, and then laugh at some of the crazy stuff that dusty men post online. There's dusty women too. Don't think it's all one sided. And, their thinking is just so off. It's called dusty logic. And it kind of makes you scratch your head and wonder what happened. Were they dropped on the head as a baby? I mean, you just like, how did you come to this conclusion that this was something sensible for you to say and something sane for you to think? But anyway, so we're going to go through them. I think there's about 30 slides today, 29, 30 something. There's a lot. So let me see. Where are these things? Oh, before I get started, too, if you have, now you're going to see the show, you'll get an idea of what kind of things fit this format. If you run across some online on social media or somewhere, be sure to take a screenshot with your phone or download it to your computer and email it to us at survivingdating@gmail.com. We have a special folder set up for this project. So make the subject line Dusty News and the filter will put it in the correct folder, okay? Make sure it says Dusty News. That's where you email it. The moderators will put it in the chat room in between, off and on during the show. So as a reminder, so don't think that you have to write this down or something. It'll be available for you later, all right? So I think let's get started. Let me find the slides. Here we go. You guys ready? Fasten your seatbelt. Okay, here we go. This one I thought was kind of humorous because I be seeing a lot of women with drawn on eyebrows. They shave them off. Of course, some people have a reason why they don't have any alopecia or whatever, and they draw them on. But I thought this was hilarious how he didn't get to finish his sentence. And look how far her arm is drawn back. It's like my arm slap. But I say go draw it back to like China, and then come and slap yourself. That's what she did. Look at that uppercut slap. Whack! She tore him up. So I thought that was pretty funny. Now let's move on. That's just to break the ice, honey. That's not even the dust. That's just to get you in the mode to look at what we're gonna be. To think about what we're gonna be looking at. Here we go. So this guy says, so Sister's over 40. I cut out the part that had his sad little face on it and all that. I just extracted the content of the post. So Sister's over 40 don't want her man to lead. She wants to lead or be equal. Do you tell your white boss to pass to that? Now let's talk about this nignog. A, are you paying me? Are you paying me? Were you paying me, I don't know, 80, 120,000, $150,000 a year? Shit, $10 an hour were you paying? Anything. Then somebody might want to listen to you. But since you're not paying anything, all you do is come in the door running your mouth. Well, no one isn't it has to listen to that. Okay? We're not going to do that. We're going to do our own thing because you got to pay the cost to be the boss. And you don't pay the cost. So you don't get to be the boss. That's just how it is. Now, as far as pastors, pastors are supposed to be, like God's right hand man, Jesus' best bud and all that. They be taking selfies together and shit. What do you have to offer along those lines? Any kind of spiritual connection to anything other than your eggplant? So, you ain't on those levels, okay? You should have compared yourself to maybe, I don't know, Barney Rubble. Fred Flintstone, Dino, something like that. You might, be on a par with them. But a woman over 40 who got her own shit going on, she's worked, she bought her a house. She got her car done. She doing her thing, right? She's not looking for anyone to come in the door and try to boss her around like a dog on a choke chain. That's not going to happen. So you longing for that is just not, I mean, you just setting yourself up to be cussed out. What is it that you think you're going to get from a woman that's over 40, got her shit together, and think you're going to come in the door leading and stuff just because you have an eggplant? That does not qualify you to any kind of special treatment except under patriarchy, which is an individually granted thing. You get that socially, but within a relationship, a woman decides if she's going to give you that kind of power over her or not. And most women over 40 are not. Women over 30 are not. That's why y'all be going for these teenagers and stuff because they so goofy right now. They don't understand what's going on yet. But that's why we here schooling them. So pretty soon you won't even be able to get them. You're going to have to be getting, hooking up a wife like they used to do in ancient China at birth. And that'd be the only thing that you get to do. Because other than that, you won't get none. I just don't know what to tell you. But I thought this was stupid. He just trying to put himself all in some kind of category and elevate his dust level. Dude, come on now. Now this dude, look at his name. Black chauvinist. I mean, that should tell you all you need to know about his thinking, right? And look at this shit here. A top tier woman. I don't agree, but I trust his decision making. Based on what? Okay, I mean, for you to get that top tier woman where she trusts your decision making, that means you have proven over and over again that you can make sound decisions, right? So you just coming in the door thinking, well, since I'm here, I want to make the decisions and you supposed to let me. And if you let me, that means you're a top tier woman. I'm like, dude, are you drunk? High, stupid, crazy, maybe all of the above. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, look at it. I'm telling you, the memes that came in this week were just so mind boggling. Like these dudes are on one for real, just out of control, stupid. So then he says, well, a good woman, I'll remain silent for the moment and see how it works out before saying anything. Now, if it's some basic shit like you picking a restaurant, a movie, something like that, that might work. You involving my credit, my money, my name, my reputation, anything that I owned before I met you, my kids, anything of that's of value to me, that's irreplaceable once damaged. No, we're not gonna do that. I'm not gonna stay silent on shit. If you doing some old fucked up thinking, I'm gonna tell you it's fucked up. You don't have to like it. But see, as we go down the list, it's like that would make me a bad woman. He's wrong, and I'm gonna tell him. Okay, now if you're wrong, that's how you're supposed to have a partner that you trust to tell you when you're doing something stupid, when you flying off at the handle and you haven't made a sound decision. That's a woman of strength and character. That's somebody who's got your back. His dumb ass just wants to be large and in charge with absolutely nothing solid, no foundation of anything under it. If your woman has been handling shit on her own and she determines that your decision making process, at least about this particular one thing, is wrong, and she doesn't tell you and she lets you sink on that ship and she on that ship with you, she's a fool. She's a fool. Okay? Only a fool would do something like that. Then he says a trash woman, I ain't going along with this shit. Okay, well, I would be a combination of all of the last three. Because I'm going to think about what you're talking about. And if it don't make sense to me, I'm not going to be on board. And I don't give a fuck if we married or not. That matters nothing to me. You making a stupid decision that's going to involve me, I'm going to open my mouth and I'm going to tell you how stupid it is, why it's stupid, which points are stupid, and then what you need to do to fix it. I'm going to tell you all of that because I am a very smart person and I think about stuff. That's all I do is think. So if you got some old jacked up thinking going on to try to get me involved in that, you gonna hear about it. And like I said, you don't have to like it, but you're gonna hear about it anyway. Let's move on. No man is perfect, but a trying man is everything. Trying. Let's talk about that for a minute. Trying. Okay, remember when all the Star Wars movies was out and real popular? I saw all them joints. I have DVDs around here somewhere in a box of all the movies because I just really love that. It's so imaginative. But I'm gonna say this: my favorite character was Yoda. Yoda was the shit, and Yoda's quote is all over the internet. Do or do not. There is no try. Okay, remember that? So that means you don't, there's no sense of try. You either a success or you're a failure. That's it. So talking about you trying to get credit for trying, that's like near getting, near the net on something, or you get near the hole in golf, or you get near the ring in horseshoes. You get near whatever and you don't quite make the mark. Okay, then you just didn't make the mark. You don't get credit for a try unless you're a child. Okay, little kids get credit for trying. Adults do not. Adults either do this damn thing or they don't do it. But you ain't gonna be getting no Hercules applause because you tried. You are a dork. Okay, sitting up there, a grown ass man trying to get credit for trying. No, a trying man is not everything. If you ain't trying and being successful, I have no need for you in my life. I don't know about the rest of you. I'm not doing that. You know. Yeah, the Yoda kept it real. Yoda is just the shit. That's just it. I mean, so either you keep doing it until you succeed. So you don't be trying to take credit. Well, I tried. But although I have to say, one of my other favorite quotes is W.C. Fields. You know how they say, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And then they stop, right? That's how the original phrase is. W.C. Fields added, if at first you don't succeed, try again, and then stop. No use being a damn fool about it, he said. But he was like a vaudevillian comedian, so it was supposed to be humor. But I used to have that hanging over my desk to remind me when to stop throwing good time after bad. Because sometimes we have an idea in our head and we think it's gonna work, and that idea might not work, but you might be successful at something else. You know what I mean? If you stop diverting energy to that bad thing, that stupid thing, that wrong thing, and do something else. So, yeah, I think I just thought of it. It's like, oh, I have two phrases, two quotes that are favorites, and they're in direct opposition to each other, but I think they actually are very similar when you think about it. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. So y'all be careful with this. You're gonna be trying to give a man credit, a grown ass man, talking about, well, I tried. No, you just a failure. That's what you are. You're a fucking failure, and don't nobody want to be bothered with your failing ass. Get out of here. Nobody got time for that. You a loser. Bye, boy. Bye. Okay, now this shit was funny. She was dogging out her dad. This floor is child support. This my daddy. He's like a damn parkour runner. Oh, this is too much. You guys watch your language because I'm seeing the moderators are having to hold a lot of messages. Come on now. Try to be solid here. Use your euphemisms like me. Eggplant. Okay, use your euphemisms. You don't have to use the real words. Um, yeah, I thought this was funny as heck. But what? How much more dusty can a man be? Your own child gonna call you dusty, and look, got you dodging and dipping to do anything except for pay the child support. I thought this was beautiful. I don't remember who sent it, but I had something else on this slide. I took it off to put this one on because this was just too hilarious and just so representative of millions of men in this country, not just black ones, millions of men who are fathers who do not want to take responsibility for their kids. Yeah, they 60, $100 a month, $150. They spend that much on drinks, on that, hen and stuff. But they don't want to give it to the woman because they feel like she gonna use her nails and hair with it. No, fool, your child's gonna eat with it. If you don't want to do that, then bring $150 worth of groceries over to the house. I mean, what you want here? You need to do something to contribute to your child. But I thought this was a very brilliant way for her to, to represent her daddy's lack of action in her on her behalf. Now, this is a woman. Notice that name up there, supposed to be a woman anyway. Sade somebody. The person who sent it crossed it out. I don't cross it out. I just leave them up there because I feel like if they said it and it's on the internet with their name and their face on it, everybody knows who did it except for us. So, I mean, why try to keep it a secret at this late stage? So I don't block them all. The other one, unless I have to for space purposes or something like that. So in this particular instance, she's up there like, you don't need money to spoil a woman. You need money to spoil a garden tool. And I'm like, wow. So you just one of them low budget bitches. You just gonna take anything and you're mad because other women won't. And yes, you do need money to spoil a woman. You cannot have, like I said, one of the dumbest, my daddy always said the dumbest woman in the world, but he used the B word, is a woman who fucks for free. So you sitting up there talking about you spoiled with something and it ain't, money. What is it then? Time and attention. He's supposed to give you that anyway. So I mean, you could get that from any man. So I mean, they always gonna give you time and attention, especially when they're trying to get the draws. So how is that something to stay in a relationship? Just that. I mean, how you gonna eat? How's it gonna make you feel special? How's he gonna, help with rent or a mortgage? What y'all gonna put in the gas tank? He don't have no money. You can't go on no trips without money. He can't get you no jewelry or even nothing, no kind of little gift. What, a box of Cracker Jacks? I mean, what? What is it that your standards are way too low, girlfriend? Way too low. And to say that a woman who demands something from a man and some kind of activity and for him to give to her makes her a garden tool shows that you was not raised with no daddy. It's so obvious. So obvious. Either that or he was a punk and wasn't trying to do nothing. He was a punk motherfucker. But either way, you didn't have no solid men in your life because solid men do not think like this. They know they're supposed to take care of their women and children. That's like a given. So for you to have this attitude that you have means that you did not have no solid man in your life schooling you about how other men are supposed to treat you. That's what this shows. It's sad in a certain sense, but I'm glad that whoever sent this in sent it because I want this to be an example of for young women not to be like this. Do not settle for the dregs at the bottom of the barrel. Some loser ass dude who thinks all he's supposed to do is give you a little hug and a kiss and that's supposed to be good enough. No, nigga, where my birthday present? Where my Christmas present? Where's my Valentine's present? Where's my present just because? What you doing for me? How are you benefiting me? If none of you can't answer none of them questions, then you need to get rid of him because he's stupid. He's a loser. Yeah, I mean, like, as in high school, I still have, little boys have little part-time jobs and stuff, right? And they want to buy you stuff and bring you lunch and take you out to ice creams and little lunches and stuff like that. It's on their level of what they have. So you got a grown ass man and you sit up there telling him he don't need money. You tripping. You seriously on one. All right, now this was some amazing shit right here. Girlfriend, what in the world? And just faces all proud and shit. I was like, what? Yeah, I'm gonna make up some holidays, dear. I'm gonna make some up. It's gonna be National Deb Day. And I wear my present, nigga. Where is it? All right, so here we go. This lady says, 2 years ago I met this guy and I sucked on his eggplant and I stayed the night with him. Don't miss out on love, feigning innocence, ladies. It's our anniversary, 2 years and counting. But is you married, Cal? Is you married? Are you just still sucking eggplant and calling yourself somebody's girlfriend? Come on now. I mean, what's the purpose of all that? And on the first date, I mean, what if he had some dreadful disease and your face caught it and now you look all jacked up, all wart faced and stuff behind that? No, no, no. I could never recommend this particular course of action for any reason at all, ever. Couldn't do it. I don't know. I don't know. Young girls be thinking different. There's some women it's just very important to them that they have a man, and this is the kind of stuff they will do to get one. That won't be me. Yeah, it's just a little bit too thirsty. I want to give her some Gatorade. All right. Let's go look at this knucklehead right here. This is a dude. Several people sent this in. Somebody just sent this part. A couple of people sent in the top part, blacked out and all that stuff. Since you blacked out, I can't see it, so there's no point in showing it. So I just cut it off. Just here we go. So here we go. He says, "Stop doing the do with women who don't take you out on dates. You deserve more, bro." Now, what does this say? This says that you are a bitch made nigga. That's what this says. You're a bitch made. You sitting up there trying to take on the role of a female and want women to take you out on dates. You want them to pick you up in their car. You want them to drop you off. You want to be, escorted and treated and kissed and you want to be a girl. That's what it is. No wonder all this trans stuff is so popular. These dudes is on one. I just really find it hard to believe. I'm like, whatever happened to manhood? It seemed like it just went away. And this thing here, um, you know, it's like he gonna be withholding his little eggplant because you need to take him out on a date. It's like, you know what? While you sit up there withholding, I'm gonna be out with some other men who know how to act. While you sit at home and withholding. How about that? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I can't. These motherfuckers is moist as hell. That's what the dudes used to call them in the early 2000s. They would, be online talking about these dudes talking about they was moist, and I thought that was so cold blooded. But now, this is when I was doing my blog talk show and stuff, 2008, 9, 10. They be talking about these dudes and calling them moist. And I thought, moist, that's such an insult. That's so anti masculine. How can you say such a thing? Oh my God, I was all affected. But now I see what they was talking about. This exactly right here. And now if were I in that space at that time to understand where they was coming from, I would have joined in the conversation. I just was quiet saying, "Oh my God, how can they say that about their brethren? It's so sad." But now I see, and so I'm not saying nothing else. Yeah. Samantha, I don't know, girl. Samantha's saying take a man on a date. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this is all about, but he would be like one of them skeletons waiting on me to do that. Now, several memes that were sent in this week about Ray Caruth. Y'all remember him? He's the one who had the baby mama who was pregnant and he had her murdered. And they saved the baby, but the baby's all kind of special needs and wheelchairs. All kind of drama happened to that little boy. So now Ray is out of jail, and they're making meme after meme of him. They're saying for trying to force me into fatherhood. And look at this nastiness here. Forgiveness for trying to force me into fatherhood was between her and God. It just happened that I arranged the meeting, and they show him there smiling. For those of you who are driving or whatever and can't, stop to read this, it was really this is really a horrible, horrible meme making fun of someone's assault and murder. And they're happy because a black woman got killed. I guess they were mad because they feel like she was trying to force him into fatherhood. You know who forced him into fatherhood? His dick. That's what forced him into fatherhood. Lack of self-control, and thinking he's supposed to just do whatever he wanted to do willy-nilly and have no repercussions. That's what happened here. And so you know these guys, yeah, it's very disrespectful. It's sad. It's disgraceful. And it just shows that he's extremely immature and lacks all kinds of sense of accountability and responsibility. Nobody forced you into that girl's bedroom. You walked in there voluntarily. You did not use birth control voluntarily. You did everything that you did of your own free will. So how in the world are you trying to flip it around to make it sound like she was trying to force you into anything? You did that yourself, dude. These guys are just a trip. And I thought this was pretty funny. This was cute. You know everything. What's y'all man's side chick's name? You know what's really funny? Um, what I always, I know I was thinking about this today. Okay, so you guys know that your man, I mean, you have some kind of proof, right, that he was dipping out doing. Okay, for some reason, for some women, it becomes like very important that they show him that they know, right? They're going to find evidence. They're going to be going through all these changes, searching through stuff like they're like the FBI or something, and finding all this evidence and proof and, jamming him up and going to the other woman's house and, rolling through with they girls. So they going to prove to him that they know what he's up to and stuff. I'm like, what is that about? I don't get that. I mean, you already know that he's doing so. Why don't you just do something about it? What is all this extraneous use of energy and stuff and time about somebody who's already proved himself to be a cheating Dusty? Why are you worrying about proving anything to a Dusty? He don't care. He doesn't care. So I don't never understood that. Do you guys know? I don't get it. I don't understand. I just be looking at these women like, they be going through all these changes. Want to go through his phone and do all this stuff and count how many times he called the woman and try to figure out how many times he been there and, calling her to verify stuff and just going through all these changes. What is that about? Maybe we should have a show on that because I'm telling you, I don't get it. I was thinking about that today, just wondering what motivates some women to think like that. If I know that you were cheating, lying, so and so, I'm out. I don't need to do anything more. That's it. It's over. Yeah, you don't get it either. I'm just like scratching my head. I know too many women who do that though. I mean, personal, like, in real life know them. It's like, wow. All right, let's move on. Now, this guy um, says that he's a mentor for men. That's what it says up there. He's got his website and all that old stuff. I didn't block any of that out. I just leave it because this is his post. So, he owns it. And so he needs to have credit for owning this. Who am I to take that away? So it shows a bunch of 20s. I guess I see at least two paper clipped together. And it says, ladies, would you do this? And it says, good morning, husband. Haircut and breakfast on me. Love you. And then he wants a woman to like take him on a date, plan and pay, fill up his tank, cook him dinner, pay for his haircut, massage him. Be a reciprocal man stability and he'll be your support. Key word, reciprocal. Okay, make sure you catch that. So for you to do all that, that means that you need to be he needs to be taking you on dates, plan and pay, fill up your tank, cook you dinner, and pay for your beautician and nails and stuff, massage you, and then be a reciprocal woman stability and be your support. Now, if that's happening, then and you're married, then that $40 is community property anyway. So it's not like she's really giving him anything. That's $20 of that is his and $20 of that is hers. You know what I mean? It's like, what is this? You're only giving to somebody if you're not married to them and your funds are separate. Once you get married, that shit belongs to both of you. So this is stupid anyway. You see what I'm saying? He's not really thinking about the concept of marriage and what that means legally. You don't have separate money. Once the money comes into either one of you, unless it's an inheritance, it's community property. So her giving you $40 of your own money, I mean, why is that a big deal? And her taking you on a date, spending your own money and filling up your tank with your own money. I mean, what? What are you saying? And pay, I mean, she could go get the money out the ATM just as much as you can. What are you talking about? This makes no sense whatsoever to want to feel spoiled with your own money. And that's this again. This is another instance, like I was saying earlier, of a guy wanting to be the female in the relationship. They want to be treated like a woman. This is just another example of it. So I'm like, what is going on with these alleged men that they want all this female style treatment in a relationship? And had the nerve to make posts about it and memes and stuff and put their face up there. They should be embarrassed to represent manhood in such a way. This is not manhood. This some bitch shit. And I'm just like, just disgusted. I mean, you know what I mean? It's one thing if a woman does it for her man and that's, it's his birthday or whatever. She's doing it for a special occasion. He got a promotion. I mean, whatever. But, to sit up there and make this list of shit that you want her to do for you, that is so moist. That's some moist shit. And so, I'm like, oh my God, how can, and then they wonder why women don't want to sleep with them. Because the woman's not gay. If a woman is not gay, that means she don't want to sleep with another woman. And you coming off like another woman, that means she don't want to sleep with you because she was like heterosexual and she wanted to deal with a dude, somebody who's like got some testosterone flowing and, you know, got an edge to him and who's masculine energy and stuff. That shit right there is not, that's too girly. That's too girly. And these kind of things, when men have this kind of attitude, that just like I said about that girl who got, who posted that stuff about, men don't have to have money for you to feel spoiled. When you see men with this kind of attitude, you can tell they were not raised by men. They were daddyless boys. Because this is, that's not how men are when they have a wife and children. That's not how they raise their sons to be. So, we see this, and I think this is the impact of fatherlessness in the black community is felt even more. It has a wider, greater impact because it's affecting both the males and the females. The females have this attitude of taking anything as long as it looks like a man, and the males have this idea that they want to be treated like the women they grew up around, like their mothers and aunties and sisters and stuff. They saw them getting taken out and stuff, and they mistakenly think that they're supposed to be treated like that too, like they're a woman. They don't understand you're not a girl. Okay, you're not them. You don't get that. You're supposed to be the one doing that. So it's very interesting. They beyond mama's boys. I don't know what the fuck to call these people. It's just embarrassing. Oh, if I had a son like this, I would drop kick his ass to the moon. Okay, let's move on. This dude, choose your baby mama wisely. My bro ain't smiled in 6 years, and then this laughing face, and other people made a sad face. But okay, let's analyze. It's all in one sentence, but it's so stupid. First of all, you don't have a baby mama. Let's start there. Okay, don't have a baby mama. Marry someone who loves and respects you and wants to build with you and love you and build, grow together and be together and raise a family and, who's on board with your ideas and your plans and your future and your goals. That's who you have a child with, not a baby mama. Okay. So you choosing all these baby mamas. Well, you gonna get what you get. I mean, what you want from me? Yeah, his language is bad too. His punctuation, his, grammar, it's just, at least he used the right your. I have to give him credit for that. But, it says, choose your baby mama wisely, semicolon. My bro, my brother, hasn't smiled in 6 years, period. Smiled. There should be a D there. So things like that, I read this and I turn into an English teacher. But it's like, I mainly was just kind of disgusted at the low level of intellect here and the poor choices. You don't choose a baby mama wisely. You just choose not to have a baby mama, period, and that eliminates all of this drama. How about that? Bottom line, no baby mamas. Yeah, choose your condom wisely. You right, KH. Oh, that's too funny. But you got a point there. I can't say nothing. Let's move on. This young man, this young lad, is in a 30 and up group. Men be damaged too, but it's never a topic of discussion until somebody snaps. We talk about damaged men on this channel all the time. Obviously, Mr. Barry II has not come to the Debsterism channel. And so he's not aware of the deep discussions that we have about mental illness, sociopathy, narcissism, and cluster B syndrome that we have on this channel. We go deep on this stuff. We don't gloss over it. And it's never a topic of discussion because y'all don't want to hear it. Why would we talk about you going to get help, mental health treatment, when you think you can just shake it off or drown your troubles in a joint or a bottle? I mean, that's how you do it. And black folks have this thing. They just now starting to really get into therapy. This thing where I even be telling people my business. I don't need that. I can do, or are they going to go to church and pray it out? That's what the women do. They going to run to church and pray it out and ask God for help and guidance and Jesus and everybody. You do realize them folks are invisible, right? They can't help you. You need something tangible that can speak to you, listen to your concerns, and then help guide you to solutions, resolution, and better choices. That's what you need. That is only gonna come from a human being, not from a dead book of dead folks, and not from some imaginary friends. It's not gonna happen. So this is the downside of what's going on in the black community. Lady Boss, they're triggering you. I told you they was rough this week. These dudes are just seriously on one. I don't know. I just was shaking my head the whole time while I was putting the slide together. It was unbelievable to me. How can people be this stupid? You know what I mean? And just walking around, breathing air, dating, having children. That's the scariest part. Some of these men and women are parents. Oh, that's the scariest thing. Okay, let's move on. Now, this guy asks, why do you see more women, more women traveling? It shows four very nice, four very curvy little sisters, young, in they swimsuits at the beach holding hands, white sands, and probably, Cozumel or Jamaica or somewhere. They having a good time, laughing, and they all look happy as hell. So why do you see more women traveling than men? And some guy puts in there child support. Hmm. Well, you know what? See, don't have kids, and then that won't be an issue. See, this is the thing. This is the thing right here. This is the thing. If you go to school, control your fertility for you women, control your sperm for you men, and then you save your little money, you have a nice little job and stuff, you save your little money, and you go on trips, cruises, fly-ins, whatever you do, and you um you know do that instead of focusing on where you're going to put your eggplant every different day. Change your focus. Well, then you could be on the beach taking some pictures of you flouncing on the beach with your boys and some beautiful women. You could do that instead of you taking pictures of yourself being at, JoJo's bar on the corner. Beach in Cancun, JoJo's bar. Which one would I choose? So you see what I mean? You're making choices, my brother. You made a choice to make a baby instead of getting your ass on a plane. So the fact that you see more women than men traveling means women have better sense than to be breeding miscellaneous stray babies by miscellaneous stray motherfuckers. That's what that means. So the fact that you stuck with child support and can't go nowhere except maybe cross the street, that's your fault. You did that to yourself by not controlling where you put your eggplant and what you did with your eggplant. You did that. You let your eggplant write a check that your ass and your wallet and your job paycheck had to cash. You did that to yourself. So don't be mad. Don't be trying to imply that child support is what's making ruining your life. You ruined your life by not making sensible choices for what to do with your time and money. You did that to yourself. So you young folks listening to this, you know, think about that. Would you want to be like these four young ladies? Or do you want to be burned down with some nappy headed brat, snot nosed kid and can't go nowhere and broke all the damn time because you got to pay for daycare? That joint is expensive. Ooh, wee. Mm-mm. Nobody, you couldn't pay me to have a baby. Well, I'm too old now anyway, but still, even if you still couldn't pay me to have one. Let's move on. Now, brothers love to talk about black women and they weaves. I saw a video the other day though where the dude was getting a weave. It was like it was glued on. So then they trimmed it down and stuff. It looked like he had like waves on his scalp. That shit was all glued on like some curly yarn or something. That was kind of amazing. I watched that whole video in awe. So here he is talking about weaves hold secrets. And when she pat her head, it's because she feel one of her lies escaping. So she got to beat it back down. Oh, okay. Well, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say to this. I guess it's supposed to be comedy. But my thing is, why are black men so concerned about what black women do with their hair? That's not normal. Why are you worried about that? Why aren't you worried about building something? Creating something, making some jobs for the youths in your community, doing something positive. Go taking your butt back to school, helping somebody else get to and from school. Helping somebody get to college. I mean, where are you doing something positive and growth oriented and progressive? You sitting around worrying about black women's hairstyles. See, that's what I'm saying. These dudes are bitch made. It's just terrible. Only somebody who was just a little bitch would do something like that. He was raised around too many women. No man was in his life to tell him, you don't worry about women's hairdo, boy. Stop that bitch shit. You know what I mean? Nobody checked him because he was around too many women. So he got to, grown and start. He's really thinking that that's okay. And that if you're a mother and you raising a son, I don't know what to tell you about that, but one thing you have to make sure he understands is that he can't do what you do. He's not a woman. So tell him to stay out your hair, your makeup, your hair supplies, your cosmetics, all of that. They want to start wearing, they want to see you putting on lotion and beauty cream and stuff, and then they want to be in the mirror with you, mimicking you. Tell him no. You don't do that. That's not for you. Yes, I'm sexist in that way. I don't care. Now, here we go. Somebody, whoever sent this to me, was like, I included the slide. So this woman says, when you get your man ready from work while he sleep, cause he have to be there at 4 a.m. Lunch packed, clothes ready. Ran him a hot bath before bed, and when he gets home, the draws and moisture, I guess that's supposed to be. Nothing but king treatment when you a hard working man, 100. Okay. Well, I don't know any woman that's not working hard either. So what's this mean? And so the lady was like, "Ooh, she'll pick me." And so whoever says, "I'm sending this to Deb," and here it is. Yeah, bar is very low. The set very low for this poor young lady. Okay, because he goes to work. Okay, he's supposed to go to work. He's an adult. Adults have jobs or they have their own business, but they have some viable, legal, and honorable way to make ends meet. That is what adults do. So giving a male extra credit and applause and a Hercules because he does that, I'm just kind of like, what? Why do you give somebody all that credit for doing something that they're supposed to do? I don't get that. But that's what she did, laid out his stuff. And the lunch should be in the refrigerator. That should not be on the couch, getting botulism and all kind of other stuff developing in that food. They're gonna kill that man. Put that shit in that joint only in the refrigerator. So I don't know. But I just thought this was really interesting. And I just love it. I'm sending this to Deb. That's the part that made me laugh the hardest. Okay, ladies, another pick me. Here we go. See how many, we didn't really notice when we first started this. Me and Lady Boss was talking about this, trying to do something like this. And then, originally our original concept was going to be, all men because most, as you see, most of the things are created by men. However, there's an increasing number of dusty women memes coming through, and this is one of them. So if your man got to ask you for sex and a home cooked meal, you might as well help him pick out his side bitch. So, um, I'm trying to figure out, okay, all the men on this planet who ever cheated on their women were getting sex at home and they were getting home cooked meals. Please, somebody tell me where that makes a man not cheat. Okay. Where does that happen? So now what's your excuse, whoever made this meme? Because all them dudes was getting them things at home, but they still chose to tip out. So this I feel was made by a man and trying to threaten women into giving him services. That's what they like to do. I keep trying to get you guys to understand that these things are all about subliminal messages to get you under men's control, to make you fearful of not having a relationship, to make you fearful of him leaving you. So this is just another example of that. Um, so you got to be like terrified that he's going to leave you, which makes you more vulnerable and weaker as far as resisting his mistreatment because your focus is on keeping the relationship. It's not on how well he treats you and how much respect he gives you and how much he honors you and all of these kinds of things. You're not thinking about none of that. All you worried about is, am I doing enough to keep this man happy so he won't leave me? That's the mentality that they want you to have. That's why it's important for women to develop their confidence and self-esteem so that that's not an issue. You feel just as good about yourself with him as you do without him. And he needs to know that. You have to communicate that to him. It's like, yes, I love you. I love you. And I definitely, appreciate you being here. But just like you're here now and I'm happy, if you're not here, I'll be happy too. Because I'm going to be happy 24/7 wherever I go. I'm not going to let you fuck up my happiness. So whether you add to it or whether you try to take away from it with antics, either way, I'm still going to come out on top. So it doesn't matter what you do. I like you here, but you want to act stupid, I'll like you not here. So you just make a choice. And that's how you have to, do these dudes. And so they start thinking they, start smelling themselves and wanting to try to act like you, are so needy for them. And too many of you fall into that trap. Well, but I'm afraid to lose him. What do I do? I want to keep him like he's a dog in a cage or something. I don't know. I don't get that. I just have never said those words. I just don't give a fuck. The person I care the most about is me. And so if they want to be there with me, then I'll welcome them. But if they don't, I'm going to keep doing me regardless, whether they there or not. So it doesn't really matter. And I think a lot of guys, get upset. It's like, you don't even care if I'm here. And I just be looking at them because I really don't. I hate to say it, but I don't. It's like, if you want to be here, I'll be happy that you're here. If you don't want to be here, I'll be happy that you're happy somewhere else. I'm going to be happy regardless because that's just who I am. I'm happy by myself. So, but so many of you want to go, crying and stuff and being all upset. You give them too much power, and that's what they want. They want to feel that power. Okay, let's move on from this nonsense. Now look at this. Look at this. This was disturbing. Talk about somebody might be triggered. I want to, and look at the, okay, look at the eye. This is very indicative of a man with low self esteem. He doesn't make his capital, I is not capitalized. That's very telling for a psychologist. I want to take a woman that's been hurt and finish her whole ass off. And then he's laughing like it's funny. So if you have, and there's videos on this channel, I will try to remember to link some of them at the end of this video or around here somewhere. I did several different videos on how men with low self-esteem act and the things that they say to women and in relationships. This is a classic example. They want to destroy you so that you feel, if they feel like you're too confident, you're too happy, you're too anything that they don't feel comfortable with you being that's like joyful, excited, and positive and stuff like that. They want to break you down. They want to tear you apart. They want you to be as destroyed about yourself as they are about themselves. And they hate to see a woman happy and satisfied with her life and people loving her and all this kind of stuff. So they want to take, you've been hurt and he wants to finish you off. It's like and call you a hoe. I mean, this is some sick shit right here. I don't even know what else to say. This dude is sick in the head. This is a serious sociopath right here with his low self-esteem having ass. I want to take a woman that's been hurt. So you guys watch out. I mean, I know a lot of young women come to this channel and they be like, oh, I want to learn how to have a better relationship. And in a roundabout way, I'm teaching you that. But what I'm really teaching you is how to stop wasting your time with fools. So you clear the path for Mr. Goodbar to come along. This stuff here, you all be wasting too many years of your life with idiots that are not going to do anything for you. They're just trying to destroy you by any means necessary, loading you down with babies, running up your credit, destroying your cars and walking away like they don't give a fuck, going through your bank account, just doing whatever they can do to use you and hurt you. And too many of you are caught up in situations like that. I'm trying to teach you how to recognize those kind of guys early so you don't do that. You get away from them and focus on something positive and progress yourself, and hopefully with a man who's on that same page. But you definitely want to avoid people with this kind of mentality here. And they reveal themselves real early, real quick. This was funny. When is the last time a guy opened a car door for you? And she said, when I got arrested. I was rolling. And I think, what he was trying to go for is he was getting ready to come back talking about, well, that's why nobody opens the door for you because you're not worth it. That's usually the approach they take with this kind of stuff when they start asking those kind of questions, is to tell you how worthless you are, and that's why nobody has done it. Instead of understanding, no, the one who's worthless is you. You're supposed to be a gentleman and you trash. So don't be trying to flip that on me. But I thought that was hilarious when I got arrested. A police officer opened the door for her. Ah, good comeback, girlfriend. This was from another Dusty. I cut his stuff off too. It was covered over with the black stripes. So I just cut it off because it was taking up too much space. So if you need money to get her, that means she's not the one. If you need money to get her, she isn't the one. What does that mean? That means that this is a person who is promoting struggle love, what we call struggle love, where they want you to be with them and they don't have shit. They ain't about shit, ain't trying to get shit, just existing. And why do they think that a woman who has, who values herself would want to be with a man who is broke? Broke equals dusty. So why would a woman want to be with a dusty man when she could be with a man who's not dusty and not broke? So what is the advantage to her to be with somebody who don't have no money? You can't take her nowhere. You can't do shit. You always sponging off for her. Let me hold $10 and all this old kind of stuff. No, you're not gonna hold anything except your dick because you're out of here. I don't. You go over there somewhere and hold it all by yourself because I don't want to see it or you. Not today. Not next week either. As a matter of fact, not all of 2019 or 2020 either. I want you gone because you don't have no money and you don't have shit and you ain't about shit. So what are you gonna do for me? You need to leave. So he's like, she isn't the one. Like he's trying to flip it, like like he's in some position of judgment and power. No, you're a broke Dusty. You don't get to decide anything. You better take what you can get and stop trying to act like you so haughty and got all these choices and stuff with your broke ass. You don't seriously? I'm like, what? Yeah, look at this. She isn't the one. Like he's trying to flip it, right? So it protects his little ego to know that he got rejected because he didn't have nothing. He wants to make it sound like you're the problem. Dusty bum. And here's a pick Misha. Pick Misha. Black men are special, but misunderstood. I love y'all, she says. What if he's broken in college? Well, that means most college students are broke. That's different. He's a student. He's a kid. These are grown ass men. And even college students have part time jobs and to pay, be able to pay. He might be able to take you to no fancy dinner, but he can take you out for a burger and fries. Come on now. Like I said earlier, a man's ability will be tied to his age and his where he is in life. A young kid in high school with a newspaper route or a little job part time after school is not going to be able to do as much for you as a 40-year-old man can do, establishing his career and all of this kind of stuff. Apples and oranges. So you're a 16, 17-year-old girl, you can't have the expectations that a grown woman is going to have for an adult male. You got to look at the man's situation and where he is chronologically and socially. Okay, but if he's 30 years old and he's still living like a frat boy in bunk beds and shit in an apartment with his roommates, and he are trying to come over to your house, well, that's somebody that you need to pass on. I don't care how he looks or what he's slinging. He's useless. So you're gonna end up in a situation with somebody that's stupid and broke and a dusty. Raise your standards, ladies. Come on now. So, I don't understand why she's doing all this crowing because see, this kind of thing here, it puts everybody with certain skin color in one basket. Black men. Okay, now there are, like Chris Rock says, there's black people and there's niggas. Okay, so you just putting all of them together in one bundle. See, I don't like to do that. I feel like men who are, about their family, who about they what they work on, getting their money straight, getting their pockets right, taking care of business, all the bills is paid. They not flip flopping around making babies right and left. They not going to jail. They are in school. They doing something positive with themselves. They running their business. They're loving their wives. Wives, not baby mamas. This kind of stuff. Okay, those brothers do not deserve to be categorized with these bummy ass, jailbird, drug addicted, running up and down the street, alcoholic, pants sagging, asses out, knuckleheads that dropped out of school. Okay, how can you lump all of these together and say that they're all special? See, that's the part that drives me crazy about this women who think like this. You're not making any kind of differentiation between the men who have really strived to be successful and make something of themselves and do the right thing by their families, their communities, and society at large, and then those that are just dusty bums. And I love y'all. No, I'm not gonna love all y'all. I'm not ever going to do that. I'm just not. You don't deserve you above Dusty Bum. You don't deserve my love, my attention, a good morning. You don't deserve shit from me. Nothing. Don't ask for it either. Don't even look at me. Don't stand too close to me because that lights you got on you might jump off. I'm not interested. Lights, they got lights and bed bugs and shit. No. Mm-mm. No. No. So, this kind of thing here bothers me when I see young women think like this because Again, you can tell that they were not raised with a solid father. They either had a knucklehead daddy or no daddy at all because they just see any man that comes around as a special person. And that's just not reality. There's nothing true about that at all. It's just really sad to see so many, young men and women impacted by fatherlessness in our community. It's really kind of tears me up. Now, this lady, I don't know, some women had written me last year about this chick. This came in this, and they didn't have nothing too nice to say about her. I don't know, what her story is, but she's advocating that husbands be in control. Understand the difference. Listen to him. He wants to protect you. Not necessarily. Some men are control freaks. It just depends on what you got. You know, it just depends on what you have. And no man needs to be in control of you. You're a grown woman. What he can do is ask, to give you the reasons and solicit your buy in to what he's talking about. But, to try to control you like you a dog on a leash, no, we're not doing that. We're not going to do that. And, if he's got something intelligent to say, I'll listen to him. But you don't just get to my ear just based on the strength that you a man. That's not going to happen. You have to have a track record of showing me that you can think clearly and that your mind is right. All right. So let's move on to the next one. But yeah, the ladies didn't have too much nice to say about girlfriends. So I don't know who she is, but I just know this meme here was just kind of odd. Now, the kitty is perfectly posing for this. Why is not needing a man such an issue with men? Why do y'all take offense? There's the kitty like, that's a good question. And this guy responds, so she circled it, when she sent it in. This guy responds, it's just one of the many things that the devil used to try to destroy what God created here on earth, which is two souls coming together to become one. And we all need a spouse. Women don't act like women anymore. They act like men with JJs. More feminist crap. Okay. So where is it that men are acting like men? Y'all want women to take you out. You want women to pay. You want women to, right? Didn't we just see these memes, right? We just saw these memes. They want the woman to take them out, draw them baths, and treat them like a little kid, making all their food for them and, all this old stuff. And then say that women aren't like women anymore. You know why women can't be women like that anymore? Because you guys are weak. There's a void. Okay, so you're in a family situation, you have children, you have responsibilities. You're in a partnership, right? You like this. So one of the pair of the partners does not do what he is supposed to do. What happens? The things still need to get done. These things still need to be accomplished. These holes still need to be filled. These bills still need to be paid. These children still need their homework checked. They still need somebody to show up for them at the parent-teacher conferences. They still need, kids need things from their parents. They need it. So if dad falls down on the job and that leads to do it, well, mom's gonna step up to the plate because she does not want her children to suffer. That's why so many women overfunction because they don't want to see their kids suffer. And so they try to do both jobs, even though they have a full husband right there, right? Their life is essentially like a single parent because he ain't doing shit. He ain't about shit. He's not helping do anything. And so, when you see something like this, we all need a spouse. No, we don't just need, quote, a spouse. See, that's the kind of stuff that get you in trouble. You need to be very specific about what kind of spouse you need. When you going to ask the universe for something, be fucking specific. Don't just say, oh, I want to get married. Then that'll happen. You know what? And you will have, it's like that movie, The Monkey's Paw. It's going to be a twist to it, and it's going to be a fucked up twist. And you're going to be like, well, wait, that's not what I meant. That's why I say take your time and be specific. When you start asking the universe to bring you something, the power that you were going to put out there is very strong. It can bring you results within minutes. I've done it, so I know this for a fact. So you can marshal those forces to bring you whatever it is that you want. Whatever you want to see happen will happen. But you got to be specific. You got to be focused, and you got to get your mind, targeting that thing. So you can't have some vague, well, I just want a spouse. You have a vague thing like that, you're going to be sorry because you'll get it. And then you'll be like, oh no, but wait, that's not what I meant. And it'll be too late. So this little guy, he's all up in his feelings, talking about the devil and God and all this old stuff. And I always find it interesting how black men they want to pull out God, Jesus, and everybody else and beat women over the head with it when they're trying to make a point that's going to benefit them. But you talk about something about what they're supposed to be doing, right? How God tells them to be married and worship their wives and do all this old stuff here. Oh, no, they don't want to hear all that. The Bible, it ain't shit. Oh, man. So I'm just like, wow, this is kind of interesting. But let's move on. I've said what I have to say about that. This is some dusty logic. He says his boy DM'd this joint. Colon, you think we can screw before I get married? She screenshot, posted, and tagged his lady when all she had to do was ignore and delete. Y'all be quick to fuck up a nigga happy home, he says. See, that's dusty logic. And this was just the other day, 8/19/19. This week that this post was made. Now, let's look at this for a second. The dude is engaged to get married, right? So he slides into this girl's DMs and says, you think we can do this before I get married? So she screenshots it and sends it to his fiance, right? But he's saying all she had to do was ignore it. Why would she ignore and delete when she could have the opportunity to share the joy with your woman? To show her how trifling the man is that she's about to marry. Because some women do have that vow of sisterhood and they take it very seriously. Yeah, she might still marry your boy, right? She might still do it. But it won't be because she was under some false pretenses that he was this good guy. She gonna know because she gonna have proof in the form of a screenshot how trifling and nasty he is. And you can trust if he did that day, he's been doing it. Because you're not going to just kind of come up with something off the cuff like that if you are a true blue dude to your woman where you feel comfortable sliding into complete strangers' DMs and asking them for some ass. See, dude is on one. And then to try to flip it around and make it be her fault. Well, because she didn't protect you and keep your triflingness a secret. So now it's her fault. That she's the one who's going to fuck up a nigga happy home? No, you did that the second you got on your keyboard and start typing that DM to send to some other woman that you wasn't engaged to. You did that. Be accountable and responsible for your behavior. The dust level is just so freaking high. Were that me and I had proof that the man I thought I loved and that loved me was doing some nasty shit like that, I wouldn't marry and the wedding would be off. I swear. It would be off because you can't even act right up until, that's usually when men on their best behavior while they trying to get you in the trap, right? They get you in the trap, then they start acting a fool. This one can't even wait till she's in the trap. He acting a fool beforehand. So she has time to be the rat that got free. And that would be me. Oh no, I'm busting out of here, deuces. Poop, I'm out, brother. Enjoy your life and your triflingness all by yourself. I'm just like, this is unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. All right. Here's another one. Now, this one I don't know who owns this. This I forgot to look it up. Who created this meme? But one When they again are asking women to do all these services for a man just to keep him happy. Well, what's he doing for me? I mean, if it's reciprocal, I will happily do at least some of that stuff. I'm not going to be wearing myself out, but I'll at least do some of it. But I'm not going to be going crazy doing all this kind of stuff for some man trying to get him to love me or get him to pay attention to me, get him to be committed to me. That's what these women want. So they overperform and they do things, that the guy's not doing for them. It's a very one-sided relationship. They take care of him like a child. That's what you do for little babies. They're toddlers and stuff, except I guess for the other parts. But that's what you brush their little hair, you massage them, it calms babies down. You give them a little body massage. I used to lotion up my daughter with her baby lotion and, massage her little muscles and stuff, and it would relax her. And then she would go to sleep. Little cow would be asleep for the whole night. And that's what I wanted, you know. And of course, I ran her bath water because she was too little to run it herself. So, this kind of thing here, I don't know what it is that they're trying to push here because that is not what makes a happy marriage. That's some grunt work for a woman. These means never talk about communication, working together, being on the same page, finding common ground, being emotionally and mentally intimate. They never talk about that. They only talk about what kind of grunt work and slave labor a woman is going to do for a man to make him happy. Have you noticed that? It's just sad. This is all they talk about. All they talk about. What you gonna do to make him happy and give him services? Fuck him. Oh, this is why I made a joke the other day. What's today? Friday. Okay, so Wednesday I went out with one of my male friends and we went out to happy hour and had some drinks and stuff. And just to fuck with him, I'm looking at all the couples coming in and everything, and I said, oh, I think I'm gonna get married. And he must have stopped. He stared at me for a long time with his eyes like this. And then he said, that must be a good drink. I was rolling. And, but they know me. It's like, please, I just can't. I don't know. The man who I would marry, I don't even know. I can't even describe how fantabulous he would have to be and what kind of patience he would have to have and what kind of anti-sexism he would have to be dealing with because I can't. I just cannot. So, but yeah, I thought that was funny. I sprung that on him. He was all kinds of messed up, just staring at me like, okay, let's move on from this trash. There we are, back to this black chauvinist dude again. Factoid, he says. Okay, this is a fact now. Even though it only came from his little simple head, I want you to understand this. This is what he calls a factoid, as in hemorrhoid, but it's supposed to be a fact. So, okay. Single women, dot, dot, dot. Your man will give you love if you give him respect. It's a manifestation of a spiritual principle that operates throughout the universe. If you want something, you must give or sacrifice something in return. Be the partner a partner needs. Hmm. Okay. Well, we could turn that around. Single men, your woman will give you love if you give her respect. It's a manifestation of a spiritual principle that operates throughout the universe. If you want something, you must give sacrifice something in return. Be the partner a woman needs. And I think, more women are socialized to give to men. Men are socialized to be given to. So a woman must demand that a man give to her. A woman must demand that a man do for her. A woman must demand that a man do things around the house. Y'all let these men get away with bloody murder. They don't cook, they don't clean, they don't do no laundry, they don't help take care of their kids. They don't read the kids a bedtime story, they don't take the kids out to the park to play. They don't do shit. And y'all let them get away with that. You need to stop that immediately. That's not giving, that's not respecting yourself. And you're allowing him to disrespect you when you let him get away with that kind of stuff. You're letting him take you for granted and think that this is your job. You're supposed to throw a fit, throw them damn kids at him and walk the fuck out the door. That's what you're supposed to do. And say, y'all on your own this weekend, I'm out. And go somewhere. Go to one of your friends' houses or something. Even if y'all just hang out at her place in her backyard, you'll be there with no damn kids. That's what you do. You need to recharge yourself and you need to not feel guilty about doing something away from your men and children. But seriously, more women need to make men, do for them and be an active participant in the relationship. There's these women walking around talking about, oh, I take care of my man and they, all proud about it and all this old stuff. I take care of my man, man, all this old stuff. And I'm like, okay, but is he taking care of you? I mean, you doing all this stuff around him like your fucking name is Cinderella. I mean, what? Where's the reciprocation here? And you start, well, he go to work every day. Well, he would be going to work whether you was there or not. So how's that for you? Well, he take care of his kids as a father. Isn't that what he's supposed to do? So I mean, where's the over and above part where you doing all this over and above for him? What's he doing over and above for you? And then they just sit there looking at you because there's no answer. They had never even thought of it. I don't want that to be you guys. Think about this. I'm serious right now. You looking at him lay on the couch and say, well, I'll just do it, this and that. No, don't do it. Sit your ass down on the couch next to him and tell him to get up. Get up and take out the garbage and do something. Wash the dishes. Do something with himself. You worked all day too. Why does he get to come in and relax and you supposed to still be working all evening? No. No, 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 no. This dude here, if you mad that he was just using you for eggplant, you were probably just using eggplant to get him to date you. Now, please explain what kind of dusty logic this is. Men are attracted, men want to go out with women that they're sexually attracted to. This is not rocket science. So, what a woman is looking for, though, is something deeper than, well, not all women. Some women don't care. That's all they want, too. But if you're one of those women who's looking for something, a few levels deeper than just whatever goes on in the bedroom, well, then you're going to want a man who offers you more. So for him to try to flip it around and saying you were just using that to get him to date you, no, you're supposed to be, dude, I mean, come on now. You can get that from anybody. You chose to date her because you were sexually attracted to her. So don't try to make that her fault that you wanted to date her because of that. You followed your dick. That's what you did. Your dick led you to her. So now you mad that, she expects something more from you and you want to turn to make stupid ass memes like this and try to blame her for the fact that you was attracted. This, I don't know. I have a headache. I have a headache. This is stupid. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on from this. This was so dusty, man. I started sneezing as soon as I saw this mess. They showed this dude in prison, right, with his prison suit on and them little flip flops sandals they have to wear because they don't get nothing with shoestrings no more. This is where you find out who is really there for you. Okay, let's analyze this. Let's talk about this for a second. What did you do stupid to get yourself locked up? You weren't even there for yourself. Why do you think anybody else should be there for you when you fucked over yourself? Okay, you did that. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm just like, what the hell is this? You disavowed your family, your mother's teachings. If you was raised in church, you threw that to the wind. You did stuff that you shouldn't have been doing. Okay, so all the love and guidance to do the right thing that you received growing up, you tossed it away. You didn't care about it. You want to do this thing over here that got you locked up. That you wanted to do that. Okay, that was your choice. So why then do you sitting there looking pitiful and feeling sorry for yourself that you made stupid choices and expect other people to come in and fill in the gaps that you left by making these stupid choices? Where they do that at? See, this is called being a grown man. When you make a stupid choice, you have to suffer all the repercussions of your stupid choice. You don't use birth control, men and women, and you get pregnant, you get the woman pregnant, whatever, or you get pregnant, okay, you have two choices. You can either have it or you can get an abortion. Preferably, you would think that you might have got pregnant. You would jump up and use that at morning after pill so you would alleviate all concerns. But most of you don't do that. You sit there like dummies and you wait until you take a test, and then by then you are officially pregnant, and then you got to make a different decision. But the dude is the one who's complaining, so that's why I'm directing this to him. So you made a series of stupid decisions, and now you're somebody's daddy and on the hook for 18 years. Okay, so then you make some other stupid decisions, you do some criminal shit, and now you in prison for, I don't know, a year, 5. You're going to have a 10-year sit down, whatever it is. You're going to be locked up and not free to do what it is that you want to do. But you're going to have to fight other men off of you and all that kind of stuff, especially if you're cute. You can forget it. So, when you look at this kind of stuff where they try to put the responsibility on other people to, quote, be there for you, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll be there for you if you was outside trying to do the right thing. I'll be there in every way I can. You need some food? Come on over here. I got some shit in my freezer and stuff. You can have this. Here's $20, $40, whatever I got that I can spare. If you trying to do the right thing, but you struggling, I'm going to help you. Because I see you trying to do the right thing and you making it happen, but, you just fall a tiny bit short for a minute, just for a minute. I'm just not going to be no long-term assistance. It's just for right now. And I'm going to tell you where there's some soup kitchens and some food pantries and stuff like that, because you can't be shopping in my house all the time. But, I'm going to help you get the resources that you need. Okay, let me put it that way. I'm going to help you get them resources. So when you don't do what you're supposed to do, and then you end up in a place like this, do not call me. Don't look for me. Don't ask me for shit. Don't send me no letters. I'm not coming to visit you. None of the above is going to apply because you made a stupid decision, and so now you got to suffer with it. It's not my fault. I'm not interested in solving your issue. That's called tough love. Don't nobody want no butt. What you call him, a butt conquered man? Nah, I'm cool. I always be suspicious, especially when they spend time in jail or prison and they start wanting to do all that backdoor stuff. Nah, where you learn that at? You just liking that shit a little bit too much. Something's wrong with you. You got some issues. I think the same thing about the ones that be running in and out of prison all the time. I think they just want to be gay, but they don't really want anybody on the outside to know, so they have to keep going back to prison so they can do it there and it be, a secret. That's what I think. Okay. Now we come to my Savage Awards. We're at the end here for today. I'm giving out the most savage award for memes. This one was like, oh! He asked why the house isn't clean since I'm home all day. And I asked why we aren't rich since he works all day. Well, now what's he going to say? She gets most savage award #1. This one's not a low self-esteem women. This one is she was like straight savage on his ass. I was like, oh, what's he gonna say to that? You can't say nothing, dude. You just trying to talk shit and you got clowned. No, you got clount with a T on the end. Clount. Hood rat style. They don't put ED. It's you as she clout you, man. She clout you. So there you go. So let's go on. Let's move to most savage award #2. Oh, oops. Where's #2? Oh, I guess I forgot to put a number on it, but check this girl out. Okay, she could have defrosted that toe-up freezer, but whatever. A wife printed the face of her husband's newly discovered lover, glued it on a watermelon, and put it in the fridge. This one deserves an Oscar for special effects and makeup. The husband is hospitalized after suffering a heart attack because it looks like it's her head in the refrigerator, right? Ha ha! Savage. Savage. She didn't have to say shit. She sent that motherfucker to the hospital. Thank you, Miss Britt, for the super chat donation. Oh my God, look at this. That is some creative savagery right there. I would have never thought of that shit, but I was rolling. Was laughing so hard I had tears coming out of my eyes. It's like I want to meet her. Woman is like she just I just need to bow down because you know what she the queen of fuck over, and I just you know what I mean. What you gonna say? Wasn't that brilliant? Man, I bet you his ass, if he makes it, he won't be thinking about cheating anymore. He's like, dang, she put her head in the refrigerator. Next is going to be mine. He'd be scared. Okay, so let's move on. I think I got one or two more of these award-winning classics. Oh, I guess that was the last one. Sorry. But yes, so that was Savage Award number 1 and 2. And them ladies did the damn thing. So I hope you guys enjoy the August 23rd edition of the Dusty News Network. If you missed me live, I was on with Michael Baisden on Thursday. You can go on his website where he has a podcast and you can listen to it. We was talking about Dusty Men on there. And, leave a comment. Tell him what you think about the show and having me on. And see if he'll, have me back on. I know I was on there a lot when I was promoting my Black Church book when he used to be on with George and them. I was probably on the show like 6 or 7 times. It was a lot. And, but, not so much anymore because we moved on to other things. But he was, texting me over the weekend, last weekend, talking about Dusty stuff and just rolling at the stuff we have on the channel. So that's why I went on the show with him on Thursday to give my spin on Dust. But we had a good time. So you guys, try to catch it if you can. Listen to it before they take it off the server. And be sure if you are not a subscriber to this channel, please become one, and so you can get notifications of when we upload new videos or I sit down and just decide to do an off the cuff live stream. Otherwise, you miss it. Make sure you hit that bell notification. And I suggest also for you that are already subscribers, go back and check your subscription. A lot of people have been saying that, they got unsubscribed somehow or their bell notification went off with YouTube upgrades recently. Things changed. And so now they're not subscribed and now they lost their bell notification. So they missed the show. And, so just double check it. Take a second, double check it. Make sure you're still subscribing, that your bell thing is still clicked on. And like I said, if you have some memes and stuff you run across on social media or anywhere you see stuff, somebody might email it to you, whatever, be sure to take a screenshot or download the image or whatever you want to do, however you want to handle it. But make sure it gets to me at survivingdating@gmail.com. Make the subject line Dusty News, and then you watch the show and you just may see your meme, playing because a lot of them are really good. I only try to do 28 to 30 each week, and I keep you here too long. So, I'll get to it eventually, especially if it's a really, really good one. So I want to thank everybody for coming and sitting in with us here on the Dusty News Network. Check out our new Instagram. It's surviving.dating. Some of the memes that didn't make it to this show will be appearing on that channel, as well as some relationship advice memes and all kinds of stuff. It'll be very interesting over there. So become a subscriber, follow whatever they call it over there on Instagram. And I will see you all later. I might pop up on Sunday. You just never know. You never know. So you guys keep that in mind. I will see you later. Love you very much.